In high school, he made the varsity team as a freshman, and by his senior year, he was a 3-star prospect. But despite his early success as a young quarterback, he had just one Power 5 offer. Now, he set records as a rookie in the NFL and may go down as one of the best receivers in Chargers history. So how does an undersized and overlooked recruit rise to this level? Well, to answer that, we need to go back in time a little bit. Ladd McConkey grew up as a middle child and a diehard Tennessee Volunteers fan. His father, Benji McConkey, was a standout quarterback in high school, while his brother, Hinton McConkey, played quarterback at the University of West Georgia, a Division II powerhouse at the time. McConkey attended North Murray High School in Chatsworth, Georgia, where he made the varsity team as a freshman. He was a do-it-all player, lining up at quarterback, running back, defensive back, punter, and return specialist. And as a senior, he led North Murray to a 9-1 record in the school's first ever region championship. In one game, he even asked his coach to put him in at defensive back, and he would even end up with a pick 6 that night. McConkey finished his senior season with 36 total touchdowns and 3,051 yards, earning Offensive Player of the Year honors for that region. But despite this production, McConkey was overlooked by several Division I programs. He was a 3-star prospect, but that rating didn't come later into his senior year. And at the time, most of his offers were from lower tier Division I programs. Coaches loved his film, but kept saying the same thing. He's too small. He just didn't pass the eye test for an SEC receiver. But McConkey never claimed to be typical. His speed and versatility made him dominate in high school. He just needed one coach to recognize it, and that coach would be Kirby Smart. The combination of elite athleticism and relentless work ethic made McConkey an intriguing prospect, and Smart knew that he had to give this guy a shot. And after one of McConkey's basketball games, Kirby Smart extended an offer. For McConkey, the next step was a no-brainer.
He told me he saw a high character guy that he wouldn't have to worry about on or off the field. And that's what he said he wanted his football team to be about.
In February 2020, he committed to the University of Georgia, his first and only Power 5 offer.
Ladd McConkey, touchdown.
He's going to weave his way into open space. Look at this from Ladd McConkey.
McConkey had made an immediate impact at Georgia. In the 2022 season opener against Oregon, he scored 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving and 1 rushing. Later in the season, he recorded a career-high 6 receptions against Kent State. And against Florida, he found the end zone again before racking up a season high with 94 yards against number 1 Tennessee. The following week, he torched Mississippi State with a 70-yard rushing touchdown and a 17-yard receiving touchdown. Unfortunately, McConkey's season hit a setback in the SEC championship game against LSU when he was sidelined with knee tendonitis. But by then, he had already proven himself. No longer just an overlooked recruit, but a playmaker for one of college football's best programs. Ladd McConkey helped Georgia win back-to-back national championships and set the record for the largest margin of victory in a title game. In the 2023 College Football National Championship, McConkey delivered one of the best performances, hauling in 5 receptions for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns in Georgia's dominant 65-7 victory. In 2022, he posted 58 catches for 762 yards, second only to Georgia star tight end Brock Bowers. And after that game, he announced that he would return for the 2023 season, opting to chase another championship rather than declare for the NFL draft.
It's amazing. I know a lot of people talk about my decision to come back, but I think his decision to come back is something that really will help the team.
However, McConkey's senior season would be plagued by injuries. He would miss significant time early and mid-season due to lingering back soreness, forcing him to have to sit out Georgia's first 2 games. Despite the team's best efforts to get him back on the field, his status remained uncertain throughout the season. But even with these setbacks, McConkey finished the regular season with 29 receptions and 456 yards and 2 touchdowns. But what makes McConkey such a great player isn't just his contributions on the field. His leadership earned him the prestigious Werfel Trophy, recognizing his excellence in community service. And on January 1st, 2024, McConkey officially declared for the NFL draft, leaving Georgia with a degree in finance and a legacy as one of the program's most reliable players.
Love his development from a guy who was a sophomore in high school. He was 5'6", 120 pounds. Gets on the field, wasn't highly recruited, only the 121st ranked recruit in the state of Georgia. Had offers from Army and Kent State. That's it. And guess what? Kirby Smart, seasoned play basketball in high school, has a spot at the end of a recruiting class, offers him, and he goes there and he excelled.
After a great performance at the NFL Combine, his journey took another big step when the Los Angeles Chargers selected him 34th overall in the 2024 NFL Draft.
Chargers select Lad McConkey, wide receiver, Georgia.
The pick, acquired in a trade with the New England Patriots, made McConkey the 8th receiver off the board, behind names like Marvin Harrison Jr., the number 4th pick out of Ohio State, Malik Neighbors, the number 6 pick out of LSU, and Xavier Worthy, number 28 from Texas. His former Georgia teammate Brock Bowers was also drafted, going 13th overall to the Raiders, setting up a future showdown between the two. On June 9th, 2024, McConkey signed his 4-year rookie contract with the Chargers, worth $9.9 million guaranteed, including a $4 million signing bonus. And McConkey wasted no time making an impact. In his NFL debut, he hauled in 5 receptions for 39 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 22-10 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. Though his involvement dipped over the next 2 weeks, he began finding his rhythm midway through the season. He recorded several 100-yard games, one in a hard-fought 17-13 win over the Atlanta Falcons, followed by a career high of 123-yard performance in a 34-27 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. But his true breakout moment arrived in Week 8 against the New Orleans Saints, where he posted 6 catches for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. By the time the Chargers faced the Raiders in their final regular season game, McConkey and Bowers had established themselves as 2 of the best rookies in the league. Bowers led all rookies in receptions with 108 and first downs with 58, while ranking 2nd in receiving yards with 1,144. And McConkey wasn't far behind, ranking in the top 5 in every category and tying 2nd among rookies with 7 receiving touchdowns. I don't think McConkey was aware of this, but Bowers would actually be keeping tabs of him the whole season. You gotta make sure that you're staying a little bit ahead, you know what I mean? But McConkey would have the last laugh as the Chargers swept the Raiders with a 34-20 victory. He finished the regular season with 82 receptions, 1,149 yards, and 7 touchdowns, closing the year with an NFL rookie record 10 straight games of at least 50 receiving yards. In Week 17, McConkey broke the Chargers rookie franchise records for receptions and receiving yards in a single season, records previously held by Keenan Allen after a stellar 9-catch, 197-yard performance. Despite the Chargers' disappointing 32-12 wildcard loss to the Houston Texans, McConkey delivered a record-setting performance and proved his value as a 2nd-round pick. Chargers offensive coordinator Greg Roman had high praise for McConkey even before the season, calling him a Swiss Army knife with the potential to be a focal point of the offense. And by the season's end, that assessment proved to be spot on. And though the Chargers season ended earlier than they had hoped, McConkey remained focused on what's happening next. I feel like I had some good things, and I'm proud of the growth we made the first game to the last. But you go back and watch the film, and there's so much more out there. I know I left a lot on the field, especially early in the season. Now, he's already looking ahead at 2025. It's all about building off this year, getting better, and being ready, he said. So that relentless mindset, that drive to improve, no matter the circumstances, is what separates good athletes from great ones. And it's exactly why Lad McConkey is set to take over the NFL.